Hey, Mason Edward here. I help run a Zoom call first thing in the mornings on weekdays. And the very first thing that we do before we even get into the market is we do a risk calculation to make sure that we're not over leveraging. So what we're going to be talking about today in this video is the very first part of the call that we do in the morning. I'm going to do it now, but I'm going to do it each step by step, just in case someone misses it. All right, so let's take a look at my risk management first. So whenever we're starting off the day, we want to be taking a look at our account balance. So in this case, let's just say we have $1,950, so $1,950 US to start. What we're going to be doing is we're only going to be risking 2% per trade. The reason that we're doing that is because even though we're looking at structure, even though we're looking at trends, even though we're looking at a lot of different factors and we're developing a bias, we can still be wrong. And we're not going to bet the farm on this each trade. So what's going to happen is if the trade doesn't go in our right direction, we want to be able to cut our losses and live for another day. Okay, so that's why we're using 2%. So the first thing that we've got to do is figure out what 2% is of $1,950. So let's take a look here. $1,950 times 0.02 equals $39. Okay, so what does that mean? If I come over here to the right side, well, you know what, let's just follow this line here. So I'm following the line. Okay, so $39. So that means if we enter into a buy and the trade goes in the wrong direction, we know that at maximum we're going to lose $39 at maximum, not a dollar more. Okay, and that's kind of like our hard stop. The next thing that we want to look at is our stop loss per points. Now, if you've been on the calls in the morning, we were using 30 points, and now we've changed to about 50 because even though we were predicting the price moving in the correct direction, it was taking some correcting moves and taking us out of the trade. You know, it would hit, if we had a 30-point stop loss, it would go to 31 and then go in the direction that we want it to. So what we did is we increased our stop loss just a little bit to make sure that we can accommodate those moves. Okay, so the number that we've used over the last few weeks is 50. So my stop loss in points is 50. And what I like to do is follow this line again and then come down here and write it over here. So what does that mean? So on one side, I'm talking about dollars. On the other side, I'm talking about points. So if I get into a trade here and it goes the wrong direction, I'm giving myself 50 points before I'm getting out of the trade. Okay? Obviously, we've all been in cars, and if you've had that situation where the car kind of stops a little suddenly, but that seatbelt protects us, that's great, and that's the same idea that we're talking about with stop loss. We want that protection, but we want to kind of be driving, we want to be trading in the sense that we're not have to rely on those stop losses. Okay. The next thing I want to know is my dollar per point. So this is basically my lot size, or the beginning calculation of my lot size. I like to do a little bit of mental math here first. So I have about $39, or say $40, and I'm doing a 50-point stop loss, and I'm going to be doing division. I know that that number is going to be less than 1. Just a little mental trick before I get into there. So now I'm going to do the math actually. So $39 divided by 50, 0.78. 0.78. So that's going to be my lot size. Wow, that's my dollar per point, I should say. Now I'm going to be taking a look at my contract size and minimum volume. And actually, this is the main point of the video. I want to show you where to find these. So we're going to be taking a look, before we go any further, we're going to be taking a look at our contract size and minimum volume on both MT4 and MT5. These numbers here are broker dependent. Okay, so if we're on the same broker, they'll be the same for everybody. But if you have a different broker, they could be different. Here's how you check. All right, so I got this is my MT5. So I'm going to be coming down here to US30, and I'm going to be going to details. On my details screen, I can see my contract size is 1. So a contract size is like, how many things can you buy? If you're buying eggs, can you buy 1 egg, 6 eggs, 12 eggs, a flat? What's the minimum contract size? So in this one here, it says 1. Perfect. And if I go down here, I can see my minimum volume is a 0.1. What does that mean? Well, that basically means if you were paying cash, what's the minimum you can pay in? Can you pay in $1? Can you pay in 10 cents? Can you pay in a penny? What's the minimum volume? Okay, so this is MT5, and that's how you find it. Super simple. What if you don't have MT5? What if you feel more comfortable with MT4? No problem, very similar. So I'm on MT4, my quote screen. I'm going to click on my US30 and I'm going to go to details. If you notice, we don't have the same amount of details here. So my contract size is there, great, but if I look down here, I don't see my minimum volume. Okay, no problem. How to figure that out is I go to US30, I click on trade, and if you see over here, see how there's the minimum, these are like the minimum values you can change by. So I can go up by a 0.1 or I can go down by a 0.1. So that would be my minimum, volume right there. Okay, so that's how you find them on both MT4 and MT5. All right, let's go back to my lot size. So now I know my contract size is a 1 and I know my minimum volume is a 0.1. So I'm going to follow my, my math here. So I'm going to take my 0.78 and divide it by 1. Not a lot of work to be done there. So 0.78. And now I'm going to be rounding. Now I can only round to a 0.1. Now in this case, so I'm going to follow up my line here, and I'm basically going to scratch these out, and this is going to be my lot size at 0.7. Now I know right away, oh hey Mason, you had 0.78. Why don't you round that 8 and round it up? That's not really the style that we have. You want to be earning those jumps up. Okay, so what I always say to truncate or to drop off those last values, no rounding. All right, let's go back over to my left side of the screen here. So as we know, if I enter in this trade, if it goes 50 points in the wrong direction, then I'm out of the trade. And what does that mean dollar-wise? That means it's $39, especially if I'm using my lot size, or if I'm using my lot size of 0.7. Now, technically, it's actually going to be a little bit less than this, but we're just going to be using those numbers for now. The last thing I like to calculate is how many points am I shooting for in the day? So if one of my trades is worth 2%, or if I'm willing to lose 2%, basically what I'm shooting for the day or for the trade is a 5% gain. So I want to know I want to know what 5% looks like in both points and also in dollars. So if I'm 2% here to get to 5%, that's multiplying by 2.5. So if I go 50 times 2.5, I'm going to have 125. I have done these calculations before. I know that's what it is. And then the last thing I want to be looking at is what's my dollar value for the day. Okay, so let's just see if I had a $39 and that's 2%. If I multiply that by 2.5, I'm going to have 97.5. Oops. 97.5, 50. Almost $100. Okay, almost $100. And that's how we do our lot size calculation. There are two more things that I want to share with you. I'm going to put the link in the comments. So if you would like to have this sheet here that I use every single day for calculation, I'll put that PDF and you can use that and you can follow along in the morning. Also, I want to show you how to check your answers as well. So I've developed this lot size calculator, and I'm a math guy, and it does work, but I would only suggest to do this after you use your calculations. It's like a double check, okay? So I've filled in the same values that we've done before. So I'm doing a 2% risk. My account size is 1950. My stop loss is 50. I know my contract size is a 1, and I know my minimum volume is a 0.1. I've looked those numbers up. And I get the same calculation here, including the truncation or the rounding. I get the same value here as well. And you can plug in your own values to double check this as well. And then the comment or the link will be in the description at the bottom. That's it for this video. If you find value, please make a comment, like, subscribe. You know the drill. And if you're interested on joining us in our US30 scalping sessions in the morning, shoot me a private message and I can walk you through that process. Until then, stay disciplined, and I'll catch you on the pip side.